I've made videos in the past critiquing as well as praising Treyarch depending on the situation that Zombies is in. This year, with the release and beta of Black Ops 7, it is no different. While most of the community is pretty hyped for the mode, I found myself not 100% on board with everything that is being promised. Maybe it's because we've gone through so many cycles at this point, where there is an overpromise on content and an under-delivery of actual results. But I just don't 100% know how I feel about this year. Most of my reasoning, and the main topic of this video, is the essence of boiling down to the inclusion of Cursed Mode and the overall hype that seems to have generated from the idea of this mode. I am not sold on this concept, let alone the way that they are implementing it. That isn't to say that I don't think Black Ops 7 won't be fun. On the contrary, I've always enjoyed Easter eggs regardless of the main mechanics, and the Shattered Veil Easter egg in Black Ops 6 completely surprised me for how well constructed it was, as well as the overall feelings about it. However, with Cursed Mode, I think people are getting excited a little too early without enough information present. The general consensus is that the first mode will bring back the mechanics of Black Ops 3, while also presenting a similar style of relic system to that of Elden Ring Night Rain, or other games such as Hades, that change up gameplay depending on what routes you take and what relics you collect. This in a sense is a great idea. Night Rain has succeeded upon this, and it has created a randomized effect which has bolstered players coming back week after week to try out the new modes and bosses. With Black Ops 7 though, I'm nervous that the overall hype of Cursed Mode is going to be short-lived in contrast to what we actually receive. And here's some of the reasons why. First and foremost, there hasn't been any serious marketing for this mode, which makes me think that this mode was more so an afterthought or advice taken from the YouTubers who played it before COD Next in the announcements. Think about it for a moment. If the developers truly were serious about this mode, and were excited to show off what they were working on, wouldn't COD Next have been a perfect opportunity to do this, as well as showing OG fans the type of nostalgia that they would want, as well as deserve? This type of secrecy towards a mode reminds me back to Black Ops 4, with the custom mutations mode in which players were supposed to be able to change and alter their games in such drastic ways that it would make Zombies even more replayable than it already was. I remember seeing Jason Blundell in interviews talking with zombie YouTubers about this, and it seemed as if this was going to be a huge monumental change within Black Ops 4, and that it would be a carry-forward feature that many players would love and enjoy. You know what was missing then, as well as compared to today? We received little to no actual gameplay of custom mutations, and when the game fully launched and released, I can honestly say I've only used this tab for like 3 or 4 times, only for the purpose of giving myself millions of points to open up a map on round 1 and get gameplay footage when needed for YouTube videos. The custom changes that were promised were way less and under-delivered than everyone was hoping for, and this significantly impacted everyone's perspective on this mode. And the same argument could be had with Cursed Mode. While they have promised relics, I just don't see that this could be fully implemented within this game, and the direction that it is taking. Next is the inclusion of information at COD Next, where they elaborated upon Cursed Mode, and one of the first things that they mentioned with one of the rewards was the opportunity to gain golden armor. Talk to any fan in the franchise, but armor is something that nobody from an original fanbase wants in their games, let alone to be the first thing announced in a Cursed Mode supposed to be mimicking original Zombies. My fear, and what I would assume is going to start happening, is that we will receive more information on the mode that will contradict what classic fans enjoy about the mode itself. The first is armor, but I have a strong suspicion that weapon rarity, as well as exfil options, will be commented upon, and it will change the overall vibe that the players are hoping for in such a mode to exist. So while this video is in somewhat of a negative tone compared to how I previously feel about Zombies modes, I just think that the Zombies community has been burned so much by changes in the past that people are accepting these new Curse Mode rumors, as well as announcements, a little too literally, and setting their expectations too high for a mode which I feel like will disappoint them in the end. As mentioned though, I am excited to play Black Ops 7 for myself, because I feel like there's a potential that this could be a phenomenal game, Not to mention with the inclusion of our old cast of characters returning, the chance of the Dark Ether to be wild, as well as tell stories that surprise the community compared to what has been happening in the past 5 years or so, with facilities and somewhat bland locations that feel like they don't hold as much depth compared to old school zombies. The Dark Ether is such an interesting place to physically be in, and if some of the rumors on round-based maps are true, they could expand upon certain through lines for this new OG characters, as well as create phenomenally well done backstories that can move and inspire us. My only fear is that with the way that Call of Duty has been going with the Warzone-ification of Zombies mode, that we will not see any huge or major changes until possibly Black Ops 8 or beyond. If the mode is to continue like this after Black Ops 7, I feel like we need a major storyline changes as well as major mechanical changes that will keep us all interested. If I have to unlock Frostblast or Ether Shroud for like the 4th time in a game, it's just showing that at this point they are reusing assets to the ground and creating a sense of progression, while it has also been just the same thing over and over and over again, just changing the main title of the game. It's ironic really that a game mode that was built on change and having systems that change with every game is now so insistent on creating something for everyone that can be enjoyed by casual characters as well as hardcore alike. At the very least, I think that the true resilience of the Zombies fans will continue to bolster this mode into something that both the fans as well as the developers want it to be. And that regardless of this year, zombie fans can rely on the fact that passionate YouTubers and fans will continue to make this mode enjoyable, regardless of where the future lies. And as such, continue checking out this channel as well. I plan to make Black Ops 7 content, but also to continue stuff that I've been doing in the past with zombies. We've done randomizers, bingo, as well as GeoGuessr, and we continue to plan and release more videos as the year comes out. So if you like this little round, this mode, please consider subscribing as we progress into a new year of Call of Duty. As always, thanks for watching. Oh, that is bad. Okay. Might be where we perish. If I'm being 100% honest. Oh, yep, after that. Holy bro. Let's see if this attracts the zombie bear. Okay, yep, that is game over. That's crazy. Animation sounds for that. That was cool though. I do not mind that mode at all. That was fun.